Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Living the Sweet Life. I'm your host, TJ Sweet, and on this podcast, I'm going to talk about ways to reshape your mindset, live with intention, and look at the world through a grateful lens. So, this week, I want to talk about a topic that is brought up a lot, and I just want to kind of give some suggestions on ways and possible strategies, three quick ways to help you find purpose. I hear people every day, all the time, talking about how they wake up without intention. They wake up with just this kind of going through the motions. And, honestly, it's purpose injected into some of these moments and into our lives adds meaning. It adds significance because we all have this desire to want to pursue more in our lives, but it has to be connected to other people. We can talk about careers and relationships and different things that we have going on in our lives, but if it doesn't positively impact the people we're the most grateful for, it's not really going to connect to our purpose like we'd hope. So I want to talk a little bit about, kind of how to unlock this secret. It's not really a secret because everybody knows it. It's just a matter of how to find a way to make it work for you. But the idea of finding your purpose and how that leads to this path of fulfillment, and the journey to kind of discover your purpose is profound, and it takes time. And I heard a great quote the other day of saying that you are capable of doing great things. Some things take time, but that time is being used to prepare us and to build us so that we can be the person to actually do the things that we've always desired. And this journey of finding your purpose is going to be filled with self-reflection. There's going to be a lot of inspiration and personal growth and adversity and questioning, and you're not always going to believe in yourself. And I run into a lot of people, and a lot of the clients that I work with, they feel like it's their growth isn't working because they still have doubts, they still have self-limiting beliefs. And really, to be totally honest, everybody has those. It's just a matter of what we do with those thoughts and feelings when they come to us and into our hearts and into our minds. That's what determines the people who actually take action versus the ones who pull back. So, first of all, I want to start talking about, again, three quick ways to find your purpose that I've found that helped me find mine. So the first thing is your passion. What are you passionate about? What excites you? Who excites you? What conversations do you get to have with people that you love? And what do you talk about when you feel energized? And, your passion can kind of serve as a guide, a compass to finding your purpose. And, the things that you're passionate about doing, they could be activities or interest or really just anything that ignites this sense of optimism and hope and looking forward to things and enthusiasm that truly bring you joy. And, to find your purpose, which again, like I said earlier, is for others, your passion is for yourself. Okay. So that sweet spot is when your passion is your purpose, and when you're in your passion and in your purpose, and you're making a difference in your own life and in the lives of the people that you're the most grateful for. And so, what's something that you feel like makes you lose track of time? What activities do you do that like really resonate and they really just feel like you? And what causes or missions or values do you have that really kind of stirs that fire inside of you? And consider somebody who's passionate about writing. you know the what that really looks like is what do you want to write, and what kind of impact do you want to have, and how and what formats do you want to write it in. And so it's really just a matter of understanding that you have a story. You have a story to tell. You have knowledge and wisdom, and it's not just to share, but it's also to make an impact on the people who might just be lucky enough to read something that you share from your life and your experiences. And when you follow your passion, it aligns with who you are, and it's bigger than just a habit. It aligns with who you are as a person all the time. So it becomes bigger than just a daily activity of something you're passionate about doing. When you align it with your purpose, it feels easier. It doesn't feel like work anymore. It feels like something you get to do. And this idea for me is getting to share a positive message with other people, but I also love being on stage. I love the idea of speaking to millions of people on stage, and 50,000 people in a stadium excites me because there are so many hearts and minds that might be positively impacted by anything I might share or say with them. And it comes from a place of for them, and the passionate piece is making a difference in somebody's life and giving them hope, helping them see that they already have everything they need to pursue everything that they want, and watching people, gosh, when they discover their potential and they start to speak more positively about themselves, or maybe a career move that they've always wanted. I've been working with some clients who are trying to start their own business, and all self-limiting beliefs are all over the place, right? And so it's a matter of like, I'm going to provide that sense of encouragement, but they can also hear I'm passionate about them succeeding in whatever they have, whether it's their relationship, their career, and different things. And I've worked with clients across the board on pretty much every area of life. And it's just, I'm so passionate about other people succeeding and other people winning. And that's become my purpose. And I love being on stage. I love coaching people. I love helping people find who they really are. And sometimes it's reignite that fire that they have inside of themselves. And, again, I've been able to, luckily in my own life, I've been able to kind of really sit down and think about, what am I passionate about? What gives me energy? And then also, who in my life is connected to my passion? Who am I the most grateful for? Because that sense of my passion for that person, for their life, fueling my purpose of why I wake up early, why I read what I do, why I try to give everything I can to them, is because I feel like my purpose for them, my purpose is in their life, is to make some sort of positive difference and to be there and to make them feel seen and to never take a moment for granted. So now the second thing I want to talk about when it comes to trying to find your purpose is a lot of self-awareness and a lot of self-reflection. Okay. So what are the things that you naturally do really, really well? Not when you compare it to everybody else, but something that you feel like you do well. And my guess is most of you probably have something in mind, but you're maybe a little hesitant to share it with the world. But that's the point, right? That's the purpose, is to share it with the world. So your unique strengths and talents are basically the pillars of your purpose. And they basically not only encompass your professional skills and your talents that you have, but it's also about the the personal skills and the personal qualities, such as empathy or creativity or resilience or gratefulness or optimism or hope, whatever it is. But identifying your strengths and harnessing them can help you lead you on your path to finding purpose every day, right? And here's another myth I want to kind of break through. Finding your purpose isn't a one-time event. It can be why. You can be certain in your why, about why you want to do what you want to do and what kind of impact you want to have on the people that you're the most grateful for. But also, you have to be willing to be flexible with how. How do you do this, right? And how do you live through your purpose, and how do you make an impact in people's lives? And it can change, and it will change, but why you're doing it remains the same. So to find a way to leverage your strengths, the first step is recognize that you have strengths, right? And so it's not about arrogance, it's about self-awareness. So by engaging in this self-assessment, and again, I have a great wheel of life type of assessment that kind of really breaks down every areas of your life, but there's also a lot of things that you've probably heard about yourselves or things that you naturally know you do well. But it's really important this is kind of that reverse bucket list, like I talked about on previous episodes, but reflect on your achievements and moments when you felt the most confident, or instances when you had a significant impact. Identify those skills and attributes that helped you excel during those moments, and don't take them for granted. And don't just blow them off like it was luck or chance. And, embracing and leveraging your strengths will really help you kind of recognize your capabilities and what gifts you have to share with the world. And, ultimately, if you have, leadership skills, or, exceptional, talents, musical talents even, it's a matter of understanding that, like, letting people see who you are, even if it's not who they thought you were. Because sometimes we play it safe. We play it safe to not rock the boat. We don't want to come across as arrogant or, so kind of self-serving or whatever it is with our strengths. And, I think that's the thing is the most successful people in life, in every area of their lives, recognize their strengths, but they also understand that there are weaknesses. There are opportunities for us to get better, call it whatever you want. But ultimately, it's a matter of how do you leverage your strengths to maybe work on those things that you recognize that you want to get better. And my mindset about every area of my life is I just want to get better. I want to leverage my strengths so that I can be better. Be better every day, be better for the people I'm the most grateful for. And whatever that is, even if it's listening or paying, more attention to smaller details and remembering things they say and showing up and, being empathetic and aware of who they are and what they need in their lives. And, it's just this constant sense of improvement and growth, right? Will lead you to this joyful pursuit of passion and purpose. Now, like I've said already multiple times here, your passion's for you, your purpose is for others, finding that sweet spot to where you also get fulfilled by pursuing both your passion and your purpose. If you want to find something that you do that makes a significant impact, is serve others. Acts of service and compassion act as a super, super powerful kind of guide or kind of map for you on your purpose. And it can, if you help anybody else, we often stumble upon this sense of fulfillment, right? Just by being able to help other people. And engaging in acts of service can be like this great shining light to your purpose. And, embark on opportunities to serve, whether it's within your community or to the people that you have in your life or to the world, right? So volunteer for causes like I talked about. Your purpose kind of aligns with who you are and how you see yourself. But, volunteering for things, you start to have this bigger sense of your identity. It causes you to kind of hold close to your heart and help other people in need. And it's because you have the opportunity to serve them is what fuels that. And, contributing to anything in the community, whether it's one person's a charity event or somebody in your community that is struggling with something, or somebody in your life that you feel like you can do something to make a difference for other people. Once we start to recognize that our presence alone makes a difference in the world, that leads us to our purpose. And, the selfless acts of just helping other people because you get to, not because you have to, it'll kind of uncover this kind of sense of purpose. Like I've talked about, the self-reflection and self-awareness, but it's also this calling to want to do it again. And, your purpose doesn't have to be completely isolated into one area of your life. And you could have a purpose in your career, you could have a purpose in your personal life, whatever it may be. But once you start to align effort to your day-to-day life, you'll start to understand that purpose. So why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up at a certain time? Why do you eat what you eat? What goals do you have? What efforts do you give every day? And how does that contribute to this bigger sense of accomplishment? This bigger sense of when you lay your head down at night, did you make some sort of difference in the world? Because if you can answer yes to that, because that's one of the things that I get to do. That's one of my, my morning routine of, I've talked about this, but setting an intention on how can I live in my purpose today? But then also at the end of the day, how did I live in my purpose? What things did I do that aligned with who I am? And what are some things that I can do to be better for the next day? And how did I show up for the people that I'm the most grateful for? Because it's just this constant self-check-in process of which, I'm in a chapter of my life where I have a lot of time to do some of that, but it's also a habit that I've committed to. And, it's not for everybody, and not everybody has time. A lot of people have multiple things and multiple people that they need to take care of and kind of check in with and all that. And so it's hard sometimes to check in with yourself. But even if you can break this down into a small thought of, if somebody were to actually ask you, what did you do today that's in alignment with the life you want to be living? What did you do today that was in alignment with your purpose? If you can't answer that question, trust me, I've been there. I lived there for about 30 years, and the last 10, since I turned, basically for the last 10 years, I've been kind of navigating my journey of purpose. But I tell you, it's changed a lot. And now my purpose is very much about others. It's I had to get over some of these self-limiting beliefs and these projections that I had of my own of journey. But ultimately, it kind of breaks it down to, for me, how can I best serve the people that I'm the most grateful for? And, try to make some sort of difference in the community, in the lives of the people around me as well. And so my purpose is intertwined into my personal life, but also my professional life. And, I think it's a matter of, if you have a passion, so like I have a passion for pets and animals and for kids and, lots of, trying to, do something good in the world, right? Whether it's reducing pollution or whatever it may be. And I have people in my life that positively impact me with that and ignite this sense of purpose and doing something bigger than myself. And, I have some pretty audacious goals, and they all revolve around contribution, not accumulation. And that's because I'm rooted in my purpose of trying to make a difference for other people in this world and not needing the credit for the purpose, but just understanding like every single day we get the opportunity to do that. And, I think the idea of is purpose is exciting, right? We all want to live in purpose. We all want to say that, but it's a matter of how do we find it? And, like I've kind of talked about here with these three ways of serving others and, leveraging your strengths and obviously the sense of self-awareness and, kind of recognizing how you make a positive difference in other people's lives. But really, it's just an ongoing journey. So take the pressure off of yourself of finding your purpose and living in it like it's a stationary thing. It's not, right? It's a continual process of self-discovery and understanding how you make a difference in the lives of people around you. And, you're going to grow and change every day, and your purpose may evolve, right? I mean, my journey for the last 10 years of doing this has evolved and changed countless times. It would be laughable for me to go back and think about how I started this journey, but I knew why I started this journey, but how I'm going to do it and how I can, continue to coach people and get on stage and speak and talk about things that, hopefully ignite sense of passion and hope in other people. But it's just been so incredible, this journey of pursuing my purpose while still doing so many things that I'm passionate about. And there's been lots of opportunities for growth. I failed at a bunch of different things. There are things that if I were to go back, I wouldn't do them all over again. But again, to be fair, throughout this journey of kind of doing podcasts and writing books and coaching and speaking and, being able to lead as well at the same time, I wouldn't change anything because all the things that happened in my life that on my journey of pursuing my purpose helped me become who I am today. And so it's hard for me to think about going back and changing things because then I may not be where I am today. And I'm excited about where I'm going with this. And I'm excited about the opportunity to serve other people and to try to make some sort of difference in the lives of the people that I get to meet. And then I'm also a better person for the people in my life that I'm the most grateful for. And it's a consistent, continual effort, a steadfast journey of trying to get better for those people. And, again, if you're struggling to find purpose, think about how you make a difference in other people's lives. But again, like I've already talked about, but explore your passions, look at your strengths, and then try to find a way to serve other people. Everybody's serving everybody else in some way, shape, or form. And so it's just a matter of identifying how you do that. But again, it's about a personal journey of finding your purpose. Don't get lost in comparison. Don't look at somebody else's journey. Don't get caught up in how long something took you versus how long it takes somebody else. Your journey is meant for you. Your purpose is meant for you. There's no one size fits all to this whole process. And, I'll tell you, when I get to talk to clients, and that's one of the things they ask me all the time is I want to find my purpose. Well, I just tell them it's going to take some self-reflection and some time and some process because like I've mentioned a couple episodes ago, but 5 + 5 is 10 and 8 + 2 is 10 and 9 + 1 is 10. So I'm not going to come at you and say, here's the perfect way to find purpose. I'm going to be honest with you and talk to you about that. But I'm not going to come at you and say, here's my recipe. And it's too meaningful and too personal to ever say that. And so my goal is really to kind of figure out with you what your best way, what is the best way for you to find your purpose so that it's actually your purpose. It's not something I found. It's something maybe I helped you move a couple of things out of the way, but helps you find it. You finding it yourself is actually the only way to sustain it. And so, you can seek guidance, like I've talked about multiple times already on this episode, but from coaches or mentors or friends or, professionals, professional coaches, like I've mentioned, that can provide insights along the way, because sometimes we need other people to kind of help us see who we actually are and then help us kind of fulfill that purpose. And, regardless of your path, right? Understanding that your purpose is that will provide so much light and meaning and direction for your life. And so just be patient with it. Be patient with yourself. Be willing to learn and grow and fail and succeed. And, don't be embarrassed if somebody communicates to you that you made a difference in their lives, because that's one thing that I've learned to kind of understand and not make it about me. But it's like, I'm just grateful that I have this opportunity to say what I say and do what I get to do. And I'm inspired every day to kind of learn and grow and do this. And I want to be better for the people in my life and the people that I'm the most grateful for. And that is an every day for as many days as I get on this earth commitment. Better looks different every day, but better is better. Progress. It's about ownership, self-reflection, understanding your purpose, speaking in it, speaking to it, living in it, waking up every day with this sense of purpose, checking in with yourself, giving yourself credit whenever you actually do something that aligns with your purpose. So, I'll kind of wrap up here real quick. So really, if you enjoyed this episode, I'm also putting this on multiple channels. And so you'll be able to get this at any podcast host that you have. Wherever you get your podcast, you'll be able to listen to it there. But hit subscribe so you'll be able to see when the new episodes come out. They come out every Monday. I'll be doing some more interviews coming up soon. We have some great guests that I'm getting lined up. So I'm kind of working on a new process for that. So I'm excited to bring some new folks onto the podcast and to kind of contribute back to your lives in some new ways. And I'll still be doing some of these episodes just like this. So it'll be a little mixture of interviews and my own personal journey and my own talks like you're used to at this point. So again, super grateful for all of you and for your ideas and support and the messages I get about different topics. I'm inspired by those. And so I appreciate you listening. And I hope you share this with somebody else too. And like I kind of wrap up, as I talk about social media channels. If you want to reach out to me, you can message me pretty much on every social media outlet. But you can also go to my website of it's tjsweet.net, and you can message me there. And there's a great wheel of life assessment that I talked about as well as on there. But if you message me, me and my team will make sure that we get back to you as soon as possible. So I appreciate all of you listening. And like I will always wrap up every episode with reminding you that you always have the power and the choice to reshape your mindset, live with intention, and look at the world through a grateful lens. Until the next episode, never stop.